Morning, campers. Well, here I am again, back on the road. I'm here with my buddy Barney, who was kind enough to give me a ride to Field BC. Actually, you know what? This is the second time this man has helped me out. Because if you guys remember last time, Barney and Lisa drove me and Wow to the start of the CDT at Chief Mountain, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was Chief Mountain.
Yeah.
And that started the CDT. Well, here we are again. So I'm at Field BC, and Barney just dropped me off, and I'm going to try and finish what I started 2 years ago when me and Roadwalk were doing this, and then of course we got shut down because of the fires. So yeah, I'll just switch things around for you guys. So you guys might remember we're at it's actually called the Yoho Trading Post, Tea House and Gifts. There's the backpack all ready to go. I got 8 days worth of food in there. And then I'm going to cross the highway here. And then the trail is in the woods there somewhere.
Oh, that's happening.
Yeah, and then I've got a 2,000 foot climb up there somewhere. And then kind of levels out a bit, and then I go down, and anyway, it's basically a 15-mile day, which I'm going to take my time, my first day out, see how it goes. Okay, talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so this is kind of what the trail looks like. Not much to look at really. Like I said before, we're winding our way up to the top of this ridge here, which is about a 2,000 foot elevation gain, and then once I get on top, kind of go down. But this is pretty much what she's looking like, just going through the trees here, and had a little problem with my far out. I hadn't downloaded it's called Forest Thunder or something. Anyway, all I was getting on the map was a line, and I was like, this ain't right. And you know, of course, seems to be a theme with me. You know, I just figure things out as I'm going along. So thankfully I still had cell service, and I was able to download what I needed, which actually didn't take long. And now the map looks like it should. It looks like a map rather than a line with my arrow on it. Crazy. Okay, talk to you later. Well, hope you guys can see this. That is actually Field. Now I'm zoomed in a bit, so I'll zoom out and give you guys kind of like well, that's the wrong way. Yeah, so half an hour in, sweating buckets. It's actually not even that warm. I think it was 9 degrees when we left. I'll give you guys a look. Yeah, like I say, sweating buckets going up here. Yeah, stop for a little breather. I'm glad it didn't take me long to get things figured out. It seems like I'm not prepared, but really I am. I mean, it's just I mean, I have everything that I need, and really that's all that really matters, and everything else is a bonus. But yeah, it sure is pretty warm. And like I said, but as for my gear, no change. Well, I have a new shirt that my lovely fiancée Lisa bought me for Christmas. It's an Arc'teryx sun hoodie, and she got it on sale, which makes me really happy. I always like a deal. And yeah, she bought me this. That's really the only change. I got Patagonia shorts, Topo shoes, darn tough socks. Yeah, and everything else is a change. Oh, I guess little change on the tent. The last trip, actually that was with Roadwalk, my tent started to leak, and I got a couple of little holes in it. But remembering I did the whole CDT with that tent, so I decided, and I used to get so frustrated because it was a 2-person tent. I like the extra room, but then if it got wet, it got heavy, and it was a bigger stretch of material to dry, and that was kind of frustrating for me. Unfortunately, I can't stretch the Dyneema. I just, for whatever reason, I just can't do it. But I ended up buying a Durston X-Mid 1. Used it once, set it up in the backyard before I left, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping less material. It doesn't hold as much water because it's still nylon, I believe, and not still poly, or it's the other way around. Anyway, but it doesn't hold as much water as the Gossamer 2 would do, although that was a really good tent. But you know, when it starts leaking and stuff like that, you kind of, and I did try waterproofing it before I left, so yeah, although it was really heavy rain that night, but you know, I've never had a problem with it before, so I decided that maybe it was time to get a new one. So yeah, other than that, there's no change. I'm even using the same phone. I haven't upgraded. Got my Zolio, same pouch, you know. Yeah, I just, you know, if it works for you, like it works for me. So you know, if I saw something that I fancied that I thought might be an improvement, I would get it. But other than that, yeah. I did buy a new watch. I bought a Garmin watch that just as a backup navigation. I know it's still an electronic device, but I figured that, you know, if maybe I had a problem with far out, I could switch to the Garmin on the watch, and it would kind of give me a location and maybe where it was. So I thought that was a good idea. But yeah, anyway, we'll getting on. Talk to you later. Yeah, so I'm expecting that there'll be quite a few blowdowns on here because I'm early. See this tree here? It's just snapping. And then I'm early, so of course, you know, a lot of people are starting off from Waterton about now. So I'm expecting that I'm going to probably have a lot of this. But you know what? You go round it, you go over it, and then you just carry on. That's kind of how I look at it. And like I say, I was expecting that there's going to be quite a few blowdowns. There's going to be obstacles that haven't been cleared yet, that maybe, you know, aren't going to be cleared till later on, or after I've already gone through them. So yeah, just take it as it comes. Okay, so I finally got up to the top here and just traversing along the top of the ridge here. But you can see I've kind of had this off and on, just in the trees where it doesn't get any sun. I mean, if you look at this tree here, you know, you still got like, looks like there's like maybe a couple of feet there. Like, I know if I go through, if I punch through, you know, it's well past my knee. But so far it's not too bad. Had a lot of blowdowns on the way up, just thick. And but anyway, managed to get through that, and yeah, this is kind of what it's looking like right now. But we'll see how it goes. Not too far to get to there's a lake, Yoho Lake. That's kind of where I'm headed. Okay, talk to you later. There we are, just entering. Some of you may remember this from last time. I actually forgot about this. I didn't realise that this is what I was coming up to. But anyway, it's, as you can see, it's not going to be as easy as last time. Last time with the trail, you could see it. But I can see part of the trail there. So I'm hoping that it'll maybe be a little easier once you get up on that little trail bit there. Anyway, see how it goes. I won't be collecting any fossils. If I can even see any through the snow. I thought you guys might enjoy this shot. I just got through well, I'm not quite through the fossil area, but I'm almost through it. And then this is what I'm looking at. Still a lot of snow up there. I'm not going up there. I'm headed probably through that gap there, I would imagine. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, there's still quite a bit of snow up here. Yeah. Well, that's it, folks. Hi guys. Well, I just realized something. See, when you stop doing things for a while, you forget how things work. Anyway, I stopped for a bit of lunch. It's like 2 o'clock. I took off my socks. My feet are soaking wet just from going through the snow and stuff. So anyway, I thought, you know what, I'm not lunch. I'll stop for lunch and having some Skittles. I'll have some lunch, take off my shoes and socks, dry my feet out a bit, you know. And then I thought, oh, yeah, I should get on with, because I sort of like do a little of the videoing. I shouldn't do this videoing while I'm eating. Anyway, I thought, oh, I'll try putting the video together. And then I was like, you didn't turn the camera, Andy. So it's going to look like narrow. Anyway, from now on, I'll turn the camera. I'll try and remember. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to sign off because I can't eat and film at the same time. That's no good. Kind of bad manners. This isn't so bad. A lot of the snow has all melted along here. It's a little rocky, but you can see up there. And I just thought, meant to rain today. We've had a few spots here and there. You see that lake? I think that's called Emerald Lake. And then there's some cabins or something down there. Never noticed that. And then if you look behind me here, that's pretty nice there. You see, you still got these snow patches and then your feet just get soaking wet. But I'm holding the camera the right way now. That's a good thing. Well guys, here we go. We got snow. And I've been trudging through this for hours. I may make it to I'm hoping I'll make it to my campsite before dark. But pretty slow going. But thankfully, the person that's put these footsteps in, they are right on the money. So I'm just following the footsteps, so I don't really have to look at the map. And they've been right on, I just check it periodically. So anyway, that's how it's looking. Talk to you later. Hope you guys can see that. I thought that was pretty cool. And there's like, it's all stacked up like that. Huh. Cool. Hi guys. So, had an interesting night last night. You go past it's the Alpine Canadian Club of Canada, I think how it works. And they have a hut there. So anyways, I was crossing the river on a bridge to get to the hut. There was these two ladies with their kids and, oh, where are you going? Chatting away, you know. And they said, oh, well, why don't you stay in the hut with us? We got some leftover pasta. Can have some of that. So anyway, I didn't get there till like, it was like 9ish, after 9. It was a really hard day yesterday, I tell you. There was lots and lots of snow, post-holing, going in snow, blowdowns. It was a really hard day. I was actually questioning myself about whether I actually should have maybe took an easier day yesterday. And I've done something to my left thigh. Like, it's okay. It's not great. I pulled something, I think. And I think it was basically because I was traversing along these snowy trails. So of course, my left thigh was always on the high side. And I think that maybe that's what kind of hurt it a little bit. But it seems to be okay this morning. It's not like 100%, but I figure if I keep walking on it and just try and be gentle with it, I figure it'll fix itself. So anyway, that was my day yesterday. So it was a hard day. It was a really hard day. I mean, basically it was a 12-hour day, although I wasn't hiking for 12 hours. I was probably hiking for, 10 and a half, 11. And just hard day. It was just a hard day. I mean, I had 2,000 elevation gain right off the bat. So, So anyway, today is tell you what, we'll finish this one. So I hope you guys had a good night. I certainly had a good night in the hut. Got to sleep on a mattress. Although there was a lot of comings and goings, which kind of kept me awake. So I really didn't get that good of a sleep. And at one point I was like, maybe I should have just slept in the tent. But anyway, it was really nice of those ladies to offer me a place there and to give me a place. They said, we paid for the hut, so you know what? You're with us. We're inviting you, so it's okay. So that's what I ended up doing. So I really appreciate that, ladies. And they had girls and they wanted to be on the YouTube channel. So I was like, oh, well, it depends on your mum, blah. And they said, oh, yeah, it's okay. But I never made it. And then I was gone this morning before they got up. Although I saw the one lady. I never did get her name. I apologize for that too. So anyway, that was my day yesterday. So anyway, it's good night from me. And hope you guys had a good night and a good day yesterday. Talk to you later.